with the increasing use of technology in surveying and being able to collect data, we now have the ability technologically to ask people their thoughts every day, every moment, every week. And this is great because people are used to consuming more and more data. And as a CEO, you often sit down and go, I'd love to know what my people think every second of the day. And when you start with that, people often start to think about, well, at a certain point, aren't going to people get survey fatigue, getting sick of filling out the forms? And that's a legitimate thing to worry about. What we tend to say to clients is it's actually not survey fatigue that you need to worry about. It's lack of action fatigue. The reason people don't want to fill out your survey is because you haven't done anything since the last one. So one of the ways to tell if you have survey fatigue is you're dreading launching the survey because you know that nothing's been done since the last one. To the extent that people do provide feedback and you're not expecting everybody to respond, you're expecting a lower rate than you got last time. You're at that point where you know that people in the organization are just looking at it as yet another form that's going into a black hole. So the question is, what can you do about that? The best thing you can do about it is to actually think about how do the results of the survey that you're running align with the way you act in the organization. So don't try and create a new project, a new thing that's being done on the side, because that's often what leads to this trap. You run a project, you run a survey, you get the data, you have all these great ideas, and then none of them get executed. What you need to be thinking about is, how do we take the data from this survey, how do we take the learnings and use that to inform business as usual, not just launch projects on the side? How do we bring this data to bear in line with our sales data, with our product data, with all the other stuff that we use to run our business? Because then as a business, you're in a much better position to take that on board and actually act. And that in turn is a virtuous cycle. And actually one of the key things that you want to be able to do when you get that data is at the end of the process, after you go around, when you go to launch a new survey, is take the time to remind people what they told you and what happened because of it. Because we have short memories. People won't subscribe that project that you painstakingly made sure happened, won't realize that you're doing it because they told you. You need to remind people, you need to close the loop.